I learned early how to make myself useful without being visible. I stacked plates before anyone asked. I laughed half a beat late. When conversations turned sharp, I learned the geography of the room. Where to stand so I wouldn't be noticed. Where to sit so no one had to scoot for me. They called me quiet like it was a diagnosis. Quiet disappointment when they thought I couldn't hear. It wasn't cruelty exactly. It was the confidence of people who believed they already understood me. Grandma's birthday brought the whole family into the house at once. The way weather systems collide. The living room smelled like vanilla cake and furniture polish. Balloons hovered at shoulder height, bumping into lamps. Everyone was careful in that ceremonial way. Careful voices, careful shoes, careful not to mention anything that might upset the fragile joy of an 82nd year. I took my usual chair near the hallway. Not hidden, just placed. Grandma sat at the head of the room, paper crown slightly crooked, eyes alert in that way that made you forget her age. She had always watched more than she spoke. When she did speak, people adjusted. After cake, she cleared her throat. The room leaned in. "Let's hear how everyone's doing," she said. "Go around. Don't rush." It wasn't a command. It was a structure. And structure in my family carried authority. My cousin went first, new title, bigger team. My uncle talked about a renovation that had run over budget but would be worth it. My sister announced her promotion with a smile practiced in mirrors. Applause came easily on cue. As the circle moved, I felt the old reflex tighten in my chest. Say something small. Say something that fits the version of you they expect. Mention work without naming it. Make a joke. When it reached me, I surprised myself by not preparing an exit. "My startup was just acquired," I said. "For $1, 8 million. I didn't add context. I didn't explain how long it took or how little I slept. I didn't say the buyer's name. The sentence sat there, bare. For a moment, the room did what it always did, paused, as if waiting for the real update to arrive. Then my sister's smile slipped. Not dramatically, just enough to show the muscle underneath had let go. My dad leaned toward my mom, then stopped himself and leaned toward me instead. His voice dropped, involuntary. "Is that true?" I smiled. Not wide, not careful. Just enough to answer the question without performing it. Yes. The silence this time didn't feel like absence. Felt like recalibration. People shifted in their seats, not away from me but toward the center of the room. Someone cleared their throat and didn't fill the space. Grandma was the one who spoke next. "Who acquired it?" she asked. Practical. Interested. No awe, no suspicion. "And are the papers signed?" "Yes," I said. "Last week." She nodded, satisfied in the way of someone who understands when things are finished. "Good," she said. "Then sit and eat. Don't let it get cold." That was the moment control changed. Not with praise. Not with disbelief. With legitimacy. Phones came out after that. Not pointed at me but angled discreetly. My uncle asked a question and waited for the answer. My sister didn't look at me, then later asked who my lawyer was. My dad poured me more coffee without asking if I wanted it. No one apologized. No one rewrote history. I didn't expect them to. What shifted was smaller and harder to ignore. The chair across from me stayed empty, as if reserved. Conversations looped back instead of skipping past. When I spoke, people didn't finish my sentences. I noticed something else, too. I wasn't holding my breath. When it was time to leave, Grandma squeezed my hand. "You always were steady," she said, like it was something she'd known all along. Outside, the night was cool and ordinary. I sat in my car for a moment before starting it, listening to the quiet I'd carried my whole life. Felt different now. Not a verdict. A choice. I drove home without replaying the room, without wishing I'd said more or less. They could take the information and do whatever families do with facts. I didn't need their approval to keep what was already mine. The quiet stayed with me, but it no longer waited for permission to exist.